Well, let me just show you a quick peek in the new setup right now. This is going to be a quick one, guys. Quick one. I made a video, but I don't know what happened. It just got caught up. Like I just don't know what happened. It can't play. So the video can play. But anyways, let me. Okay, I don't think I have much more to talk about now since the video can play. The only thing I can just show right now is the inches, and I'm just going to explain everything. I'm just going to explain everything, and I'm sure. Let me just go back to a minute so that you know what we're going to be talking about in the video. Up like this. When you set up like this, where you say sell below the 70, you see, sell below the 70, and also, you see, that's what we have right there. Alright guys, good morning. You have to pardon my voice. You have to pardon my voice. I'm having a flu right now. I feel like I'm going to have a flu right now. I don't know if it's going to result into a cough or something, but it feels weird. Okay, let me just try to be as loud as I can right now. So I want us to look at. I'll just look at this. I see we have resistance there. So we have okay. One thing I just want to do right here is let me just do this. Something like that. Okay, so that it should be more clear. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I want to update this. I want to update it. I think this is the level. Yeah, this is the zoom level, which you need to look out for. Yeah, this is the perfect zoom level. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so for the main chart, we'll leave it as it is. For the main chart, we'll leave it as it is. Then for the main chart, we'll leave it as it is. So the only things we need to focus here are going to be two things. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let me show you something before we even proceed right here. Let me show you the inches here. Don't know if we're going to see some inches here. We can only see trend lines. We have some analysis we did. Can only see some trend lines and stuff. Okay, there was an inch here. Yeah, there was an inch here holding on that inch because after the breakout, we also had an inch from that point there. Okay, we have a lot of inches, guys. We have a lot of inches there. That's one thing I just want to tell you, that we have a lot of inches there. Like starting from the top there, we have a lot of inches. But all these inches are going to be based off what you see here. From this point here where you see the crossing of the exponential moving average. Starting from that point, you can see I was doing analysis here. So like I'm just trading on a blank chart. Trading on analysis right now, like using price action. Like you see after the breakout, this is where I've been holding on these trades. After the break of that trend line, this is this can also work as a daily candlestick, as also a weekly candlestick. I mean, a weekly trend line. Well, let's see what we have on the week. Yeah, we have a trend line for the week. This is a daily trend line. That's a daily trend line. So I already marked my zone at that point there. This one here, this is a golden ratio. So once the market comes back and crosses below that, yeah, we'll look into holding the trades for long. So right now, let me just focus on the indicators right now. So on the main chart we have the exponential, which is blue. This one, it's the first one we put out there. So the one, it's these most of the times we use the smallest pixels so that they shouldn't really show on the chart. I'm sure you won't be able to see them on the chart right here. It's small. It's tiny. Like it's just a tiny one. We don't want you to see it. We can also black it out. In fact, let me just black it out. It's like the other one. I'll black it out because it's not needed. You see. So we only need two moving averages from this set of the moving averages. So when you put the first one, You leave it simple, you leave it the way it is, put it black like that. Then the second one is one which you use apply to previous indicator data, guys. Very important, apply to previous indicator data. Then from here you do the same thing, you apply to previous indicator data. Then the exit one is this one. Then you're scalping the 1 minute time frame. In fact, all the time frames, when you're scalping on all the time frames, because what happens here is you see the first touch happened at this point here. We had the first touch here. Then we had the second touch here. Then the market went all the way down to touch out the blue MA at this point here. This is why it spiked from. So if I zoom out a little bit, you find that you see when the market leaves the gap here. Someone was asking me about this. I told them the trend was actually going to go well, because after the market spiked from this point here, the market tends to come back and cover up all these points. When you see that in the 5 minutes, you know what I'm talking about. We already have the video talking about. Okay, let me see. I'm sure it's this one here, where when the market spikes, when it's about to touch the golden MA, once it spikes, it has to come back to touch out the red MA, and from there after you see the crossing, this is where the arrow comes up from. Let me just do this. I know a lot of people be like, which arrow? So this is the same setup. Let me just go back. Let me show it to you right now, because the market, this is the current market, you see. This is the current market. So what I'm going to do is let me show it to you right now. You see, this is the arrow I'm talking about, this one here. So this is where the spike happened from. This is where the spike happened from. This one right there, you see. This one here, this is what I was trying to explain. We saw the conditions being made. So from this point, you could have taken your TP, you could have taken your entry, then we had another candlestick which had this down. So the moment this one just closed, it even touched the what? It touched the golden MA. So from the touch of the golden MA, we had it spike. So this spike, it spiked more than twice. 1, 2, 3 spikes here. 1, 2, 3 spikes. So upon seeing this, what were you supposed to wait for? You're supposed to wait for the market to cross below what? The 70. We saw the crossing here, but what were you supposed to do? You're supposed to wait for the crossing to go all the way down like that. So once you see the crossing, this is where you find that also here it has given you the water confirmation, and it's coming from resistance. So when it's coming from resistance, check this out. Let's just say you take your entry where you know at this point the market has to come back to cover up this point. This is where you're going to see your TP. So when the moment you see this small spike, sometimes it spikes hard, but this small spike. Okay, let me just put a sell limit here so that it can reflect on all the candles. I mean on all the as in the markets at this point here. I haven't taken a trade. Yeah, so let us say here where you got, just imagine you got spiked from that point here. These are the gaps we normally look out for when it comes to trading. We look for these gaps. So after that spike, look, the 5 minutes, there was no condition. Here, what condition do you see here? Guys, I always talk about this. The star and the arrow. The blue star and the green arrow. Look, it even touched this point. We see the exponential 40 on top of the candles. What did we say? What else do we see here? We see let me just put my piece right here. What else do you see here? We see the crossing happened here in the 5 minutes. So while you are supposed to take your TP, you're supposed to be at this point here. You see? The other thing is, when the spikes more like that spike big. The time you can tell like the spikes are going to be very massive or very big is the time where the spikes are bigger than the trend. Now you can tell that the market has changed direction, it's going all the way up. When the spikes are bigger than the trend, when you see a spike passing the previous trend like this, because I always talk about the red bars being covered up by a spike. So once you see this small spike, you don't take your entry here, you don't even have any confirmation, take a trade here. You have to wait for the confirmation there. Look at this. Look at this, you see? So yeah, you see, so from that point now, you see what happened. So the market came back to that point. So this point here, what do you see here? So if you took your entry, let's say here, because I would say you take your entries in 5 minutes, so you see a star. So let's say you take your entry there, that's where you see the signal, where you see the crossing, the signal, everything, and also the crossing here, and also the line which has gone below. Let's go close here. You see at that point there, it goes below. So from that point, you can be sure to say, okay, at this point the market is going down, because if you look at it in the 15 as well, this is what you see. So let me show you on different time frames, like the 30 minutes. So on the 30 minutes, we had a new block for the 30 minutes. What do we see in the 1 hour? Okay, in the 1 hour, we had a new block as well. You see what happened here? So just after, like I've always talked about these guys. I've always talked about this. I need someone to confirm this. I don't know. Comment if you know what I mean. I'm not going to talk about this again. You need to go back to the videos. I'm not going to talk about this. Comment, then you can direct the other person to the video, which is that's a task I've given you guys. Then what else do you see here? What we see here? We see that the 4 hours still has what? Still has a selling arrow there. Still has a selling arrow from the top right there. So as long as it still has a selling arrow, it has to cover up this whole bar. Then it covered it up, then it went all the way down. So the 1 day, what do you see in the 1 day? We still have price being pushed all the way down. We had analysis here where we did a crossing and stuff. Where we did a crossing, like we did analysis where when the market was to break this, it was going to go all the way down. And not only that, where is my analysis? This one is the one which I do analysis on. It's just going to be a complete thing. Here's where I do my analysis on. Why is it played? Okay, this is where I do my analysis on. You find all my analysis on this page here. You see? So just waiting for that break, because the market was rallying. It went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, went down. So it was ranging at that point. So it's trying to break this trend line. So it has broken a little bit below. Once it goes all the way down as a success, it will go all the way down to that point. So we have this one as what? Well, this one was a daily trend line, and this trend line is what? This is a 4 hour trend line. This one was also a daily trend line. So from that touch, we had the one for breakout. The market played out the way it's supposed to play out. See all that? Is that a spike or what has happened? Yeah, the market just spiked right there. See, all the spots for spikes are just see. So now look at this. Coming from that point, you took your entry from that point. Look at what just happened. The market went all the way down. At this support, it bounced back until the breakout. Just after the breakout, it went all the way down to that point. And all this, we didn't really do analysis on all these. I think the only thing I have here is what do I have here? What do I even put here? Okay, the market has gone below. It's just broken below. So we just follow what we see in the 4 hours. No, the 4 hours. Yeah, the 4 hours and the day. So what we're trading here, we're actually trading the day. We're just waiting for the trend line. This one, trading on the trend line here. Okay, I think this is not going to be much. Let me just finish up with the setup now. Okay. So now we're just going to finish up with the setup. Oh, in fact, one last thing before I close up. One last thing. You see what I talked about? These being covered up. Look at this. When you see the arrow to say the market's going to buy, once the market started buying, we have another arrow to say the market is going to start selling. It sold, it ranged, it came back, it went all the way up, came back, and now we have this trend confirming to come back to this point. Yesterday I can show you something right now. I need to show you guys something just to confirm just to confirm something with you. Just to confirm something with you guys. I need to show you something. Okay, so this is what happened. So I was looking at it from the mobile as well. it will come back after 3 to, but it took about maybe 6 hours for it to come back. For me, I was in, but I knew that the market was still an uptrend, so I took the trades. I was just in and out. I never got caught up by a spike because I knew what I was doing at that point. And yeah, so now let's see how it played out, because what we're waiting for a market to play out at this point here. This is the particular point where she got spiked from. She got spiked from that point, and I told her she has to wait for the market to come back. It ranged there. It eventually came back. It covered up this bar. It came back. It covered up this bar. This bar was covered up. That's the best part. It covered up this bar, and from there it pushed price going all the way down. It even did a breakout. Yeah, this is the 1 hour time frame, guys. So don't trade in the 1 hour. Like, if you see the 1 hour has a buy arrow, it will go up. No matter what happens, it's going to push price up, because in its way it's bullish. Yeah, in its way it's bullish. So until you see another arrow here, like there's an arrow here, it says the market is going to start doing that selling. And the market has been selling from that point till now. Okay, now let's go back to the setup. Alright, so we ended on the moving averages. We blacked out the other ones. We ended up on the moving averages. So what else are we going to look out for? The RSI, this RSI. Let me change the levels on the RSI. So yeah, this is the important one. Sell below put it as a line. So above, buy below, and also use it as a TP. Sometimes TP. Okay, TP or wait. Okay, let's have a way to TP at that point. So yeah. Put it as TP for sale. Also buy. This one is going to be basically the support. So let me add up 2 levels. This is going to be 80 and also the 20. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now what do we have here? So what you have, we say below this line. So everything which goes below this line, this is a 5 minutes. You see, after the spike, look what happened. The market jumped, came back to this point. So if you're going to trade using the crossing here in the 5 minutes, we're going to be a bit late. Because for the crossing to happen, yeah, the market goes all the way down. Like, you're going to be a bit late, but it goes all the way down. We had a breakout of the support here. So after the breakout, the market push price going all the way down. This one being the exponential is on the other side. The 40 exponential is on the other side. And that's a very good trade, guys. It's a very good trade. It's a very good trade. I missed that one because I was asleep. So here, what do we see? We see the market crossing from this point. So basically, what we're going to find, maybe the market will start spiking at this point, coming back to retest the trend line in the 4 hours. So with that out of the way, the RSI is done for the 1 minute. Like this, it's done. So you see, for the 1 minute, it's done. So the entries which I was talking about was from this point here, where you see all the conditions have been given. The market comes back to that point and that point. So yeah, this is where I take a TP from. You see, and let's go back now to this one. Let's go back to this one. Let's see what this one holds for us. The RSI and the moving averages. I think for this one, everything just seems to be right. There's nothing to be changed on this one. It's just the way it has been. We have that. We have the levels like that. It's 1 like that. And here, yeah, we have the first moving average, we have the second moving average, and we have the third moving average, which is that one. So yeah, basically nothing has changed. So as long as you see the crossing from the top there, you see that the market goes all the way down like that. I think we'll wrap it up just here. Otherwise, even in the bigger time frames, you see the same thing. From that point, the market crossed and it has just been going all the way down. We saw here the market was trying to push price up, but we had the trend line, so we just waited for the breakout. Just after the breakout, check this out. Just after the breakout, inches. Then after the reaches, the inches, guys, inches, nice inches, sniper inches.
Luxury car first. Car Continent live.
We are KDMFX. Join us. Never lose again.